Hello traders and welcome to another video review. Today is Friday, November 15th, 2024. Let's find out what do we have in the economic calendar for today. Overnight data during the Asian session were quite intense. We got Japanese GDP in line with the forecast of 0.2%, however, worse than the last reading of 0.5%, so not that great indeed. And Chinese data were published as well. The data were fixed asset investment, industrial production year to date, in unemployment rate, trade balance, and there was the NBS press conference. It looks like this data were worse than expectations and worse than the previous data, so something is going on there in China. Industrial production in Japan 1.6% beats the expectations of 1.4%. Now we are waiting for the GDP data from the UK, and plenty of this data are scheduled for us here. We have the quarterly, yearly, and monthly GDP, business investment, industrial production, manufacturing production, trade balance, and trade balance with non-European countries. All of this data are scheduled for release at 8 o'clock. PPI prices from Switzerland are scheduled for release at 8:30, and since then we got the data releases of the CPI from across various Eurozone countries. 10:30 labor productivity data are scheduled for release, and at 11 o'clock, as usual, we got the Eurogroup meeting, European Union economic forecast, and 1 hour 30 minutes later, ECB Macau will give a speech as well. The second bunch of the data is coming during the data releases is coming from the during the US session. Core retail sales from the US, export price index, import price index, retail sales, Empire State Manufacturing Index, and the manufacturing sales and wholesale sales from the Canada. All of this data are scheduled for us at 2:30. Then we continue with industrial production, business inventories, and retail inventories excluding autos. All of this are scheduled for release at 3:15 and 4 o'clock. And then we got the ECB Lane to give a speech at 4 o'clock. Atlanta Fed GDP now as usual at 7 p.m. And then we got the last event of the day, US Barker Hughes oil rig count and total rig count scheduled for release at 7 o'clock. So pretty busy session, both London session and the US session. Even the Asia session was quite busy, so very busy day. Let's take a look what are the markets doing. Let's switch to the first chart and take a look at the euro dollar. So the euro dollar 4-hour chart has found a temporary bottom at the level of 1.0497, just 97.47, 50 pips away from the major technical support. The market is trying now to bounce a little bit higher. So of course, after this long decline, it is widely expected for this market to bounce. As you can see, local high was made at 1.0583, and then the market was marked down again. So what do we have here is a classic pullback during the downtrend. We can even see how much did we actually retrace during this pullback. If we apply price range tool to our chart, we can see that we bounce 0.82%, so not even 1% of a bounce, and the market is consolidating here just below the 50 periods moving average, just below the major technical resistance 1.0605. So right now there's a slight pause in a euro dollar sell-off. Market is trying to bounce from the extremely oversold conditions. This time maybe it will be real. However, we all know that in order to change the downtrend into more promising bounce or correction, or even to the uptrend again, we need to break at least above the level of 50 points on the RSI, which is the neutral level separating negative sentiment from the positive sentiment. For now, the euro dollar looks like it wants to bounce, test 1.0603 level technical resistance, and then we will see what will happen. Possibly we might see some other wave of the sell-off. Let's take a look at the British pound, and it looks like the British pound has found the temporary bottom as well. We broke below this level here, which was the technical support, 1.2664. We made a new low, local low at 1.2660. 26.29, and then again we have a bounce and then smash down, and now the market is trading inside of this slight range. There is not much than 1% here during this bounce as well. 50 periods moving average is providing the temporary technical resistance, and the intraday technical resistance is located at the level of 1.2718. So only if we break above this level we might have a chance to go towards 1.2768 and 1.2833. So that's the situation here with the British pound. The outlook remains bearish. Momentum is slightly out of the extremely oversold conditions, but still far away from the level of 50. So the outlook remains bearish. Let's take a look at the S&P 500, because the S&P 500 is going lower. We got recently made this level at 6,000 points. Let me just place the correct line. So we got the all-time high at 6,026 points, and since then the market starts to move lower. The reason for that is maybe the market is quite exhausted with that move. The bulls entered the extremely overbought conditions, and now they are almost touching the extremely oversold conditions. There's still some level, some room here on the RSI. There's still some room on the chart, so we might see the test of the 100 periods moving average, 5,892 points, or even the technical support at 5,881 or 5,866. We should see some sort of the price action, very typical for this kind of a movement. We might see some sort of the movement to the downside to test one of this level, not necessarily the demand zone, and then another movement to the upside should be done. Only if we break below 5,866 point level, this is the last technical support, important technical support. The outlook might be temporary, a little bit more bearish, targeting the level of 5,774 and 5,696. Otherwise, the market outlook, the S&P 500 outlooks remains bullish. And let's just take a look, because we got the data from the crude oil. Let's take a look what's going on here. Well, on the crude oil, nothing is going on. Not much is going on. Maybe not nothing, but not much. The market is trying to bounce from the extremely oversold conditions. It did it. Actually, it even touched the level of 50 with the rally towards the level of 69.38, but it didn't actually broke above the level of 69.73, so it's still below the technical resistance, and it's trading in a very narrow range. Right now the bears are still trying to move the market lower again. Please remember, 66.72 is the one of the technical support, and 66.34 is the other technical support. Very important levels for the crude oil. Only a breakout above the level of 69.76 and 70.74 would change this outlook to temporary more bullish, but it's definitely not a trend reversal. And last but not least, the Bitcoin. The Bitcoin has found an all-time high and temporary high at the level of 93,483. We got the bearish engulfing pattern, then we have the bounce, and now the market was even went lower towards the level of 86,740. So as long as we trade above this technical support, 85,244, the outlook remains bullish. the momentum is apparently getting closer to the level of 50. We should see some sort of a bounce and another rally to the upside. So there is slight room to the downside, and if we won't break into the negative territory, because then we would have to test this technical support, the situation would look like this. We will test this technical support here, and then the market will be ready to continue towards the new highs, right? Only a sustained breakout below this level here might open the road to more serious and time-consuming correction lower. However, for now the outlook remains bullish, and the bulls are getting ready to continue the up move. That's everything from me for today. Thank you very much for watching this analysis, and I hope I see you guys next time. Take care and bye bye.